This is television for the Isles of Scilly, brought to you with Truro and Penwith College and the Scilly Lottery. From Radio Scilly, this is scillytv.com. Volunteers have spent hours preparing the Parish Church for the Flower Festival. The building is full of fragrance and colour for the 4-day annual event. Penny Rogers is one of the organisers.
It's all celebrations, as you hear, with the party poppers.
Oh, that's what that noise is. So celebration, now, it's a very sort of broad category. Have you managed to interpret that?
I think everybody's interpreted it as they've wanted to, so it's been a very much a free flow of ideas, and each person has just decided, except the corners, and we've got spring, summer, autumn and winter. But we've got, looking around, we've got the sea, we've got art, we've got St George and the Dragon. We've just got millions of different things, which is all good fun. And this is this lovely one is birth and christening. So we've got a pink one for girls and a blue one for boys, and the baby in the cradle and the font, and it's just everything.
Huge amount of work goes in. People don't realise, I guess.
No, it is. It's enormous, and people do spend quite a lot of thinking time on it and organising time, because there's a lot of props to bring in as well, different things. And for instance, we've got the environment and the warmth of Scilly's environment, and just looking over there, that people have been over to Tresco, who've very kindly given foliage and all sorts of stuff, really.
Well, Betty asked me if I'd like to do an arrangement for the Flower Festival this year, which I cordially accepted, and Margaret Sibley has guided me through and helped me order my flowers through your normal system. And all the flowers are absolutely fantastic.
Well, it's very professional what you've done.
Well, I am actually a florist.
That's why then.
Well, I trained a 2-year training course. 1 day a week it was. So really enjoyed it. Should have done it years ago.
Your flowers are very exotic.
Yes, it's a tropical theme. It's a celebration of the tropical flowers that you all can grow on Scilly if that's how, if you want to. There's always the right spot for the flowers to grow, and it's just a reflection of the tropical climate of Scilly.
I think it's the best so far of all the years that I have been doing the Flower Festival. I think it's wonderful.
What's really caught your eye then?
Well, I think perhaps the theme, let's celebrate, everyone just went, and enjoyed doing it.
The redhead, what's she celebrating? What's the 70 significance of?
She's 70 years old. She's not. But and so that's the cake, and she's got her gin there and a glass of wine, and it's just celebrating. Crimpline, I think, started in 1940 something or other, and that's what it's depicting, her as she would have been in 1948 or whatever it was.
This is supposed to celebrate Hildegard of Bingen, who was a 7th century academic. And she had an amazing brain. She wrote many texts, and one of them was a text based on the natural world, on how plants around you had medicinal purposes. So with that, I thought, well, what have we got on Scilly? So I went over to Tresco Abbey Gardens, and Andrew Lawson, I spent half a day with him, and we found amazing plants that all had medicinal properties. So this is really about what you have around you, so you don't always need to go to the doctors, although some of these are a bit poisonous, so I'm not sure I'd recommend it actually. Everything in the natural world has a purpose and has a reason for being there, and if it isn't medicinal or if it isn't quite dangerous, it also is to do with the insect world. There is a real cycle of life that goes on, and we take it for granted. If you go over to Tresco Gardens, you think Augustus Smith was just doing something aesthetic, but I'm not so sure he was. I think he was an interesting man with an interesting mind. And if you go around those gardens, you'll see a lot of the species are very rare. When they had that great storm here, and they had it in Kew Gardens, Kew came to them to get replacements, because here they had survived, and in Kew they hadn't. So I think our gardens are really special.